Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and we are pleased to have a return appearance from Leia Brune. She is the Executive Director of Susan G. Komen San Diego. How are you doing, Leia?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, good to have you back. And full disclosure, I was a proud Susan G. Komen board member for 6 years. I think it was 6 years back in the day, and also on the advisory committee. And joining me as my guest co-host, Contr White. She will be a communications major at St. Martin's College in the fall on a volleyball scholarship, and she's doing a curiosity ship at Cloudcast Media. As our listeners know, we don't do internships, we do curiosity ships. Contr, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I know you got a question for Leia right out of the gate.
Yes. So can you just talk a little bit about what you guys do for the community and the purpose of your organization?
Oh, absolutely. The mission of Susan G. Komen is to meet the most critical needs in our communities and invest in breakthrough research to reduce deaths from breast cancer.
And is it working? Are we doing that?
Oh, absolutely. Our efforts, combined with those of other organizations, have reduced the breast cancer mortality rate by 42% since 1989.
That is huge. And is that across the country? Is that is San Diego about the same?
Yeah, it's across the country. It's nationwide, and it's in part due to earlier screenings, which lead to catching cancer earlier, better outcomes, cheaper cost of treatment. So,
right. Yeah. What got you interested in being involved with Susan G. Komen?
My grandmother is a breast cancer survivor, and I was living with her whenever she was diagnosed. So I saw her go through that process very intimately. And
did she survive?
Absolutely, she did.
And is she still alive?
Yes, she is.
Oh, my goodness. Well, bless her heart to see you and get involved in all of the events. Is she here in San Diego?
She's not here in San Diego, but I do recruit her for every single event and campaign we do.
Oh, no, that sounds good. You've been with the organization since, the fall of 2019, right?
That's right.
Were you working with Susan Komen in other municipalities, or that's when the first started?
No, I just joined in. I have a background in nonprofit membership and fundraising, so I just jumped on the opportunity to work for Komen.
No, that sounds great. So talk about San Diego Gives.
So San Diego Gives Day is a day of giving for all San Diego nonprofits, and we're just really excited to join this year. It's our first year being in the campaign, so we're asking for our community to step up, and all the funds raised during this one-day campaign will stay in San Diego to benefit San Diegans.
Yeah, it's a great campaign. We actually are doing a show out of Cloudcast Media focused on San Diego Gives. We're calling it, Live Local, Give Local. And so we were doing it about, I think, once a month. I'm not sure if my producer's involved in that. Erin is shaking her head saying, yes, she is. Erin Tanner is producing that show as well. And actually, while the giving day is September 7th this year, you can start giving effective now. Is that correct? I think they've turned on the campaign already.
Absolutely. So the campaign is on. The websites are up and running, but we will start in August in earnest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On August 16th. That sounds great. So how does someone support Susan G. Komen San Diego with San Diego Gives? They just go on the website and find your name on it or something like that, or the company's name?
Yeah, San Diego Gives website. You can just use the search option to put in Susan G. Komen, and then you can look at how our fundraising will benefit San Diegans.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a target of how much you want to make besides zillions of dollars?
I mean, we do have lofty goals. We don't have an actual target. I think 15,000 would be amazing, but being our first year, we're really just going to be happy with however the community shows up for us.
No, that sounds great. Contr, got another question for Leia?
Yes. So I know you guys host a More Than Pink Walk every year. So can you just describe what that means for both the walkers and community?
Oh, sure. I would love to jump into that. So our walk just unifies and brings together our community of supporters, survivors, and those that need help right now. It's a great way to be inspired and to just really lift up all of, breast cancer survivors, supporters, and anyone in our community that wants to come out can do that on November 5th. It's in Balboa Park. We had a walkthrough yesterday, and It was just so many great things. And we have some enhancements this year that we're very excited. We know that all of our participants are going to be just really jazzed up to come out and experience.
So what are some of the advancements going to be, or the things you're stepping up to do?
Some things I can't share yet, but I will say that
no spoiler alert. Okay, yeah, very good.
But we will have some games. A very popular, we're keeping it, is our mascot dance-off, where we have all the community mascots come and do a dance-off after the walk. But we will have some new AR games that we're incorporating into the event this year.
That's good. And again, we'll certainly have Leia back on the show getting closer to the event, probably into early October. So getting people all geared up for it. And I've been involved in that event for quite a while, actually. And I choose now, if you don't want to run, you don't have to run or walk at a brisk pace. You can do 1 mile or whatever you want to do. The main important thing is just get down there and support what's going on at Susan G. Komen. Talk a little bit about, when you break down costs for certain types of things. I know you folks do a good job with this. Is that for every X amount, you can pay for a breast screening or a screening of the breast and all that business. Do you still have that broken down by cost per screening or per testing or per something else?
Sure, we absolutely do. I don't have the actual numbers and memorized, but It's about $150 average for a mammogram. To have MRI follow-up diagnosis, you could be like $385. So it just depends on that, and it's something that we do about $1,000 for treatment per month for anyone that's currently in treatment. So those are the levels that we really would love to have support, and you can kind of equate that to how you're making an impact whenever you fundraise or donate.
Yeah, and I think that's really good important when you break it down that way in this aspect of it. Listen, I want to support 6 folks with a breast cancer screening that maybe couldn't afford, so that's $900 or whatever the case may be. And now you got 6 people that are getting the most important thing is being screened for it and so forth. Talk a little bit about the great relationship you folks have and have had for quite a while with some of our medical, groups here and our researchers and folks at UC San Diego or at Scripps or whatever the case may be. There's some just top-notch breast cancer researchers in this region, or they're not.
Absolutely. We have some of our board members are working and doing research at UCSD and we at Scripps. And it's just anything that's in the research realm, we really absolutely just want to support. And it's about advancing treatment and diagnosis. And then also just knowing being a part of the community that we serve. So having our oncologists that are treating those that are actively going through treatment, they just can know our resources and share that as well.
Yeah, talk about the San Diego Metastatic Breast Cancer Conference.
So metastatic breast cancer is stage 4. It is terminal breast cancer. And that conference is an opportunity to bring together our local community and regional and national partners that can come in and provide updates on breakthroughs in treatment and approaches to diagnoses. And we can provide as well additional support services for that community.
Right. And, when you talk about breast cancer, certainly a big killer in this country. How much of it is genetics? How much of it is the environment? How much of it is a little bit of both?
It's definitely a little bit of both, and I think that can swing, in different directions depending on where you live and what it is, your family history. So we encourage anyone that does have a family history to have genetic testing. That really helps you to know your risk and to be able to take active treatment options with your doctor. And then also with environment, we're seeing more and more young people being diagnosed earlier with more aggressive stages of breast cancer because typically screening doesn't start until you're about 40 when you start getting your annual mammograms.
Right.
And so that's something that we have seen a lot recently, and we just really are taking the time. Komen is investing in research to figure out why that is.
Yeah. Is it, what we're ingesting these days? Is it lack of exercise? There's no question. I'm a poster child for it, actually, unfortunately. But, listen, there is an issue of us being overweight in this country. I'm not sure if there's any correlation between that and breast cancer or not. Certainly being overweight doesn't help in anything for that matter,
Right. So yeah, we do encourage everyone to be active and lead a healthy lifestyle. I think that is something that can reduce your risk. Also, knowing yourself and knowing your body is a huge thing. So knowing any differences that are in your body, and it doesn't have to primarily occur on your breast as well. Any changes.
Right.
So, but yeah, being active and being healthy can contribute to possibly lowering your risk.
Yeah, we come back from break. We're going to continue the conversation with Leia Brune. She is the executive director of Susan G. Komen San Diego. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast. We're now in our 17th year, broadcasting from the Mission Fed studio here in Scripps Ranch in Mission Fed Credit Union. As many of our listeners know, have been doing great things in the community for more than 60 years. Honored to be joined by my guest co-host, Contr White. When we come back from break, we're going to talk about National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. I know Contr has some questions on that. And I want to talk about the health equity revolution, something that's really important to what's going on at Susan G. Komen when we are back from this break.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you are listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 17th year, and a wonderful Rips Ranch studio of Mission Fed Credit Union, its headquarters, and Mission Fed Credit Union, always uplifting the community for more than 60 years. Honored to be joined by Leia Brune. She is the executive director of Susan G. Komen San Diego, and my guest co-host, Contr White. She will be an incoming freshman at St. Martin's College in Washington, majoring in journalism on a volleyball scholarship, and she is a curiosity shipper with us at Cloudcast Media. Don't believe in internships. We believe in curiosity ships. Contr, I know you have a question for Leia.
Yes, so National Breast Cancer Awareness Month is during October. How is Susan G. Komen proactive during October in order to spread awareness?
We work actively all year long in preparation for our Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we work with our community partners and our supporters, local organizations such as churches and groups, any local groups, to really get them geared up and ready prior to October. So we have conversations with them throughout the year, and we really try to cater any partnerships or any type of events that are going to be hosted during that time to really highlight the alignment between our organizations. And so that's something that we really pride ourselves on, is just like building a relationship that's built on mutual benefits and really close alignment.
Now, do you work with the schools a lot, the universities in the area, to get the word out? You're talked about now. There's seem to be quite a bit of folks at young ages getting this as well.
We do. We have groups at all of the universities that, pink ribbon type groups.
Right.
Notably, we have the Pink Ribbon Initiative at UCSD, and it's just a really passionate group of students who are just our supporters, but they represent, Komen as ambassadors within the school. And so that's one that I would love to highlight. They've done great work. They help volunteer with us, but they also spread the word on their own with their own events on campus.
Right. Again, I want to get back to research, which is so important in this world. I was very lucky to grow up in a doctor's family and taught medicine at UCLA. And, I learned at a young age how important medical research is. It's not inexpensive, but it is so important because you just have no idea what you may solve here that's going to take care of this issue down here, whether it's, if you're talking about neurological issues, does this thing help folks that have Alzheimer's or dementia that now ties into some other things? And the same thing with breast cancer, I imagine, as well. So critical.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that up. I am excited to share that Komen has just recently, this week on Wednesday, launched our Share for Cures campaign. Yep. It's a research registry for any one that currently has breast cancer or has had breast cancer to share their information. It's their medical information that can help our researchers in developing their approach to how they're going to take on new research in their labs.
Right. So then who is managing that registry? Do you guys do it or is it by some other group?
We work with it's ours. We host it. So,
Sure.
And then we work with third party just to make sure that it's safe. All of the medical information that people share with us is protected. And then that's disseminated to researchers, being able to access that as well.
And that's huge. It's data. It's getting that information, what it looks like. We all know how, businesses that are data driven do very, very well because it's data driven in that aspect. Talk to us about the health equity revolution. HER.
Sure. Yeah, so that goes hand in hand with the research too. Right. So our health equity revolution really focuses on the disparity between white and Black women and Latino women and the outcomes of breast cancer. So Black women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer, and breast cancer is the leading cancer in all Latino women. So it's something that there's a disparity, and we are doing everything that we can to close that gap. So we have a lot of research that's focused on why there is that disparity, and just spreading awareness within those communities to get screened earlier because the more aggressive breast cancer that they are.
So is it genetic? Is it maybe they don't have access or as much access to breast cancer screening? Is it the environment, cultural? All of the above?
It is all of the above, and that's why it's such a hard problem to solve, but it is very much genetic and then also socioeconomic issues and social issues primarily that really affect these communities, which make it harder for them to get the high quality access to care.
Right, and that's what's so critical, whether it's breast cancer or fill in the blank, in that area, and that's great. What you folks have always done is trying to level the playing field and saying, if you can't come to us, we're going to come to you. Now, do you still have a mobile breast screening component?
We don't have mobile breast screening, but anyone that currently cannot get a mammogram through any state or local agency can call Komen, and then we will provide a voucher for them to get a complimentary mammogram.
Right, exactly. And again, those numbers we were using before, listen, if you want to help and contribute to this and pay for a mammogram of someone who might not have the economic means to do it, $150 or give or take, whatever the case may be. So on your website, Leia, is it a breakdown of if you want to get some treatment, it's $1,000. If you want to get a breast screening, it's $150. If you want to get a blah, 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 it's X, Y, and Z. Is that all on the website?
It is. Komen.org has that. We update that annually to reflect any changes in pricing.
Sounds good. Kamara?
How can the podcast listeners and the public support you guys?
Oh, we would love to have everyone come out to our walk in November. Just show up. It's a free event, so you can register online, komen.org/San Diego. And we just, anything that you would like to get involved with, we have volunteer opportunities. If you'd like to form a team, if you'd like your company to get involved, all of that can be found at komensandiego.org.
Right, exactly. And, I think what's so important about this is, the collaboration. And I don't know if there's anybody, well, maybe there is, but very few, that don't know somebody who has had breast cancer, whether they survived it or not. And I certainly know in my world. How about you, Contr? Do you know someone who's had breast cancer?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it touches everybody, and so one of the connectivity things that are important to it, we're all in this. Okay, we're all in this in that aspect of it as well. And the collaboration part is so critical, and the different researchers that come in and chat and so forth, and of course the advocates that have survived breast cancer, real important in this. As you mentioned, there's a lot of inroads and data that it's going down into because people are now more aware of it, or what you're solving some of these aspects of it, coming up with new remedies for it and so forth. So, any final thoughts on what we can do? That almost did Kamar's question.
If you would like to get involved, please contact me directly. My information is on our website. And I think, as you mentioned, 1 in 8 women in the U.S. are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And, if you know 8 women, you're going to know one of them. That's going to be, so it's one of those things that does touch everyone. And we're here to help and provide resources for getting involved in any way that you'd like.
Yeah, and again, the research thing is so important. If you don't think that's helping out, and no matter what you can do, and we've been talking about this almost for the 17 years I've been doing this show, is listen, every little bit helps. And we know research is important, but if you don't think your $20 can help go toward that, you do that quite a few times. It is going to support that aspect as well. Well, Leia, always good seeing you. We're going to get you back on when it gets closer to the event on November the 5th. And, why don't we do this, if it's okay with you, even before then, to shout out that event if you're interested. We don't want to break any HIPAA rules, of course, but there's a lot of folks that I know real well that has been affiliated with you folks. Would love to have them back on. My good friend Marilee Neal, of course, and so forth. So if you want to have some people on that have gone through breast cancer, that have survived, and the reason why they survived is because of what's going on. We all know that gives the street cred of what's going on. So would love to make that offer to you if that'll work out.
Oh, I'd love that. I have some people in mind that I think would love to share their stories.
We'll consider that a done deal. It's on record on camera, so she said she'd do it, so we'll make sure we do that. Leia, thank you for everything you do. Thank you, your board, all the volunteers, and we'll look forward to having you back on sooner than later.
Thank you.
You bet. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast, now in our 17th year of broadcasting from the Mission-Fed studio. I want to thank my guest co-host for another great job, Contr. Hope you're enjoying this.
No, I am. I love just everything I'm learning.
Very, very good. Pretty soon she will be the host, and I'll be sitting in her spot over here. She's doing a great job. We hope everybody enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission-Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.